Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol TROV. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and just makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. This analysis is somewhat tricky, not somewhat, it is tricky because there's a whole lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 5 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, I get it. There was a big pullback today, but from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different outlook and strategy going into the trade. And really the easiest way to kind of just summarize what gives me how it's logical at all to say that the bulls still have a chance is all about the purple line right here, which is the famous 50-period simple moving average. And you can see right there the price bounced right off that mark. So let's kind of use that level to kind of justify why I can say that from the big picture perspective, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity. And that level is right here at 83 cents. So I would definitely call 83 cents a very important level of support going into tomorrow for this reason. Let's say the price actually decides to go down there and test it a few more times. I mean, it's actually already tested it, as I pointed out. But let's say price comes down there and does that a few more times, just kind of hovers around this area before starting to work its way back upwards. What would you have in this situation here? Well, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have this previous set down there. If you picture each of these as stair steps, well, hey, now you have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. So that's why I say from the big picture perspective, that stair step can still be constructed. And if that stair step is constructed, then the overall trend would still be, in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about from the bullish perspective. What about areas of resistance? As far as levels of resistance are concerned, key one going into tomorrow right up there at the 90-cent mark. And after 90 cents, then you can start to talk about, up here in the high 90s. But in my opinion, at least, top priority right now is not breaking levels of resistance. Top priority is just going through a healthy consolidation and building higher bases. Because as we've talked about, as long as higher bases are being put into place, the overall chart will take care of itself as it constructs an overall uptrend. So we'll see what happens with it, but still 2 days left this week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.